I'll try to figure out how to share my screen on.
All right, not to penalize those folks that showed up on time, so we're going to go ahead and get things started. And I'm going to do a quick introduction. I'm excited to kind of introduce Megan to everybody. You all know her, but she's going to show us some fantastic things. We got a kind of a sneak peek at what she's been working on, and it's exciting to see everything that this is capable of. So welcome, Megan, to our Lunch and Learn, and I appreciate you volunteering to present this. And I'm going to get out of the way so you can use all the time you can. So thanks very much for the time.
Great. Thank you so much, Mark. I appreciate that. Hi, everybody. It's good to see so many people on. I'm excited that I was able to get a session scheduled with Mark to do a lunch and learn with everybody. We opened it up to all faculty and staff to join in and to take a look at what we have to share with you. This will be a very interactive session. So feel free to stop me if you have questions as we're going through it, but I also would like you to have your iPad or your phone close by so that you can actually install the app and we can go through this together. And again, I want people to ask questions, and we will have a Q&A time at the very end. So I'm going to try to get through it in a timely manner so that we have proper amount at the end to give you to ask questions as well. But I'm excited to show you this. So I think just giving a quick look at everybody, I recognize everybody's names, but I'm the Director of Institutional Research and Project Management. If I haven't met you, come meet me or let me know and I'll come find you. My team is responsible for the institutional reporting. So we do internal and external reporting, and recently, not even recently anymore, but in the last year or two, we purchased a tool called Qualtrics, and that took over our course evaluation system tool, as well as all surveys that we were doing institutionally. We now use Qualtrics, and we also use their dashboarding tool. So we're able to import even data sets and then show that data instead of in like PDF manual reports. We are now creating dashboards, and we want people to have easy access to our data so they can make data-driven decisions when needed, or enrollment data. They can easily jump in and see how many students there are per program or in our institution, or however you choose to filter the data out. There's a lot of flexibility and capability when using the dashboards. So the more that we get comfortable with using them, I think the better the access, right, to having fast data. And so today what I'm going to go through with you is to walk you through on installing there's an app that Qualtrics has called Qualtrics XM. And I'll have you guys install this on either your iPads. I highly recommend getting on your iPad, but if you don't have that next to you, you can still use your phone as well and walk through this exercise with me today. And really what this app allows is easy access to get just to the any dashboard I've shared with you. And so Qualtrics is permission based. So I've created different kind of roles and permissions to give certain people certain views to certain dashboards. And there are some dashboards of data that we have access to all employees, such as things like enrollment data, our retention and persistence data. Everybody has access to those. Our course completions, everybody has access to those as well. Faculty, and I'll talk about this at the end, and I think Mark will jump in too. We'll talk a little bit about Dove credits. We're moving a lot of different processes that we do into Qualtrics because it's able to handle things. We do our scholarship applications, our essay scoring, some capstone collection happens now in Qualtrics. There's quite a few things that are now rolling in. So to jump into it, I would like to start walking through, just so we have plenty of time to play around in the dashboards and give you, honestly, some one-on-one time. I'm excited for this, and answer questions that you may have. And I will send out this document after the call with the recording to everyone again as well. And And then if you have any other questions after this, always feel free to call me and we can meet together and really truly have just a one-on-one session together to follow up. I'm happy to do so. I do like meeting with the different departments every year and walking through this as well. So you may see me again. So all right. Any questions on anything I just said in the introduction that you'd like me to clarify? Or any clarifications? No? Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Right now you can see I'm sharing the documentation that walks us through the install. And so IT or EdTech graciously helped me. They got an application installed in self-service app in an iPad. So if you have your iPads, go ahead and turn your iPads on and log into your iPad. And on the home screen, you should have an app called self-service. And go ahead and open that app. And this is an IT app that has all the other applications that are kind of institutional applications available for you to just quickly get in and grab as needed. So you may have gotten in here and grabbed Outlook or they have Microsoft Excel, OneNote. I'm just looking at this, Notability, things like that that are institutional, Workday. And it just allows you quick access so you don't have to go to the App Store. That's really the big difference. So here's where you would come in. You can grab Qualtrics XM and you're going to click the install button. And I'm actually going to see if I can change over here. Okay. Okay, so you can see my iPad now. I flipped over off my PC. I'm onto my Apple iPad. So here is the self-service icon. I'm going to go ahead and open. And I'm going to click all. And here's all the different apps that IT has available. I'm going to scroll down and click. Oh, good. And click install. And this will just take a minute to install, and it'll show you there's like a little turning button there that's going while you install. And it's gonna, when it's done installing, it'll pop up on your home screen. A new app will be there for you to be able to click. So this should just take a minute. Oh, yep. Sorry, Allison, I saw your response. Yes, if it says reinstall, go ahead and install. That just means you have had it installed prior and then it was removed off your iPad at some point. And then hold on real quick, Allison, on the username and password. We're going to get to that, okay? Okay, so as soon as it's installed on your iPad, oops, sorry. You're gonna see in the bottom right corner, you can see it says Qualtrics XM down here. Can everybody see that app? Okay, go ahead and open that. And I'm gonna go ahead and allow notifications because I want to be notified when new things are happening in the dashboards. So I'm gonna go ahead and click allow. And it's asking, see, this is what a reinstall is gonna look like. It's asking for me to enter in my iPad passcode because I've already been in here, which is great because once you uninstall and reinstall, it's gonna auto log you in, right? But for the people who have never installed, you're gonna get a password. Let me flip back over. You're gonna get a password login credential request. And I'm going to walk you through doing that. Okay, so Just make sure, can everybody see my, nope, you can't. 1 second. Okay. So once you get it installed, we use SSO. So we have single sign-on installed through this vendor. So there's also Apple Store instructions that I'll share with you guys, but I'm gonna scroll on past that. You guys should be seeing a screen that's asking you to log in. It gives you the option of using username and password, or it's gonna give you the option of organization ID. Go ahead and select organization ID. Once you get to the organization ID, it's going to ask you to enter the ID in. You're going to type one word, all lowercase, the word Methodist College. Okay, once you type in Methodist College and go ahead and hit enter, you'll be asked to authenticate. So you do need to authenticate the first time with our health system. Use your network credentials, which is the login plus the @nmh.org. So for example, mine's going to be MDREESZ because that's my login is MDREES for Megan Dreesen. And then it's @nmhs.org. That's going to be the login. And then I'm going to use my network password. So it's all my information that I normally use to even log into my computer. And again, you're going to have to only really do this one time. And you'll authenticate with our servers, and then it's going to log you into our dashboards. You may need to approve using your two-factor authentication. If it pops up, you should be kind of familiar with how to use that. People I know have their two-factor authentication set up differently. So it's like I approve it on my phone. It sends like a little notification to my phone and I hit approve. It may ask you to type in a code, 44 or 87 or, to link. That's whatever your two-factor authentication is set up, it may pop up. And then once you get through there, it should allow you to get into the dashboard view. If you're a new user, never have logged into Qualtrics, which I think everybody here will have an account, so it shouldn't be an issue. But that would create a couple extra steps. Okay. And I have those on the screen right now. If you are a new user, you've never logged into Qualtrics, just know that if you're a faculty member, you already have an account because we have you set up with course evaluations. And again, I'm looking at the list. Everybody on here, I'm just scrolling through real quick, should have an account, so you shouldn't have to. Yeah, yep, you're all good. How's everybody doing? I'm seeing some things in the chat that say that they're having issues getting the app to install on their iPad. Is it the iPad or their phone? I'm just curious so we can take some notes and maybe do some follow-up.
Kate, did you get yours working okay now?
I did. I didn't realize that it took it to I have multiple home screens. So I had to find the one and it kind of put it in the middle of a mess of one. But it's there. And even though it didn't say reinstall like the rest of my apps that were already on my homepage. So that's what I was going by. I was looking for reinstall instead. Can I get the username and password again?
Yes, did you click organization ID when you first were on your first screen?
I'm not there yet. It says Qualtrics sign in with username and organization ID.
Yeah, click organization ID.
Okay. And what is the ID?
Methodist College, all one word.
and then my sign-in name.
So when it said organization ID and then did you submit Methodist College and then it asked for your?
My sign-in, yeah. it looks
Okay,
like-
great. Yep. So then you're gonna use your network credentials. So it's gonna be like what you would log into your computer with, and then use @nmhs.org. And then you're gonna use your normal network password.
Okay.
And then that should get you in. You may have to use your two-factor authentication. I just saw Seth mention that it asked him to authenticate using his Face ID, and yep, you hit it again. So sometimes, depending on how you have your iPad set up, it may ask you to use your face to scan your face. It may ask you for your passcode. So mine asks me for my passcode. Seth, he has his set up to do the face scan, so it's going to ask him to approve with his face scan with his face. Sorry. So that's okay. Yep. Jen, you're right. Yep. It's a 4-letter, yep, or a 4-character passcode if it's your iPad. Yeah. Correct. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and share back my let's see. Gotta come back out here. I'm gonna share my iPad again. Share screen, start broadcast. All right. Okay, so you're gonna see my iPad again. And when you open it up, it may open it up directly to a dashboard. I was recently into my course evaluation dashboard, so that's why I'm seeing the course evaluation here at the top. You can see in the left-hand corner, I'm going to call it a stack of waffles or a stack of pancakes. You know, there's those 3 lines. That is going to be how you navigate to different dashboards. So first thing I'm going to have people do is we're going to take a poll, because I want people to kind of get an idea of how this works. So with Qualtrics, we have the capability to set up a survey, and then we can, as people are taking the survey, when it's connected already to a dashboard, within a few minutes, it's going to index itself, and then it's going to connect right over to the dashboard and show live results. So I kind of wanted to walk people through that so that they could really experience how this works. On Monday, we open up Survey Madness for employees and students. And so we have a lot of different data points that we're collecting from employees that are very important and students. And so this is an example of what's going to happen is we're going to have, you know, the Survey Madness links are going to go out to all of our employees and our students. And then as you're submitting data, it's going to be auto-populating into an already created dashboard for the stakeholders to review as it comes in. So it's pretty exciting to be able to see it. I'm going to go ahead and click that waffle there on the top left corner, and then I'm going to click on the word dashboards, and it's listing all the dashboards that I can see. You're not going to see as many in your list. We do dashboards for a lot of people, so that's why I'm an admin. I can see them all. But I want you today to focus on a dashboard called on a dashboard called, it's an asterisk, and then it's called data menu. So it has an asterisk, the little star, and then the data menu. This is a dashboard that everybody that's an employee has access to. It's kind of a landing page that I've created where it kind of connects people to different dashboards. It connects them to archived and older reports that we've created. Some reports we're still manually creating, maybe haven't gotten fully moved into the dashboards yet. Then we archive them as well, and we connect them through this page. So you can kind of see the institutional reports. Let's see. Sure if I can make that bigger. And it also connects it. So EdTech also has a lot of live reports that they have through the SQL Server. And so we've connected those down here at the bottom as well. And then this is just an idea of some of the reports that are available. There's a difference between canned and live reports. So just kind of think of institutional research. We pull all of our data out of census data. We pull census the Wednesday after add and drop of every single term. It's not, there's always going to be that percentage of error per se, but it captures the most accurate picture of data that we can get and of each term. And then we're able to use that for trend reporting. Also, we can use it, which we're working on, is predictors and things of that nature too, but it's static data. Whereas Matt's reports, EdTech's reports come from the SQL Server, they come right out of Genzabar and they're live. So if the registrar updated a student's major that day, you're gonna see it when you pull the student major report. So that's where we've kind of created this landing page to give you an idea of the institutional research reports. There's NMC reporting services. Those are the SQL reports right there. And then at the bottom, it walks you through the data and report request. So this is how you can request new data from IR and some other things. And it kind of goes through some different options. It gives you explanation of the fields that we have easy access to. And then if you want something outside of these fields, that will take a little longer for us to get to pull for you. So really, this is just what I like to call our data menu. It'll continue to grow, and I'm going to be adding some more stuff on it very soon, actually. But this also gives you an idea of the different dashboards that we have created. So if you look under institutional research reports, you're going to see the admissions funnel. We have our enrollment report. I'm going to go down there into the middle of those bullets. There's the enrollment report on a new dashboard called Enrollment, Retention, and Outcome Measures. I will open that with you and kind of go through it with you to show you. But let's do something fun here at the top. In bright green, it says Lunch and Learn poll. Go ahead, everybody, and click that poll. And it should open up a survey for you. This is just something fun. It's anonymous. I can't see who puts what. Nothing inappropriate because we're all going to see their responses. Just kidding. Okay, so go ahead and enter in. I keep wanting to use my mouse here. To enter in your one word describing dashboards. And then, actually, I've already done that one. And then I'm ready for spring weather. Sure am. And then I'm going to go ahead and submit. Okay, so I just took a poll, all right? So it opened up a window, an internet window, and it opened up a survey is what it did when I clicked that link in the dashboard. So now I'm gonna go ahead on my iPad, I'm gonna get out of the internet window, and I'm gonna go back to the app, and it's gonna open right back up to the dashboard we were in. Before I leave this screen right here, does anybody have questions on this data menu? Okay, there's a lot there. There's a lot of data here. So, I mean, if you have time, pop in, just scroll through, take a look at what's all here to kind of get an idea. Well, we even have survey results in here. So Survey Madness will be linked in here soon. There's data the results from Ruffalo Noel Levitz, Nessie. There's a lot of different data. Course, like I said, course completions is in here too. I can show you that a little bit today. Let's go ahead and take a look at the enrollment, retention, and outcome measures dashboard. So I'm going to click that, and I have it linked, so it makes it fast. You can go through the data menu that way, and it's going to automatically open up the enrollment report. And you may be seeing a summary page because that's actually the first page, but it brings you back to where you were the last time. So just be aware dashboards can have multiple pages, and depending on where you left off the last time, it's going to bring you right back. So I was on the enrollment tab page, and you can see that at the top left corner underneath the stack of pancakes, it says enrollment, and it has that little arrow. That's telling me that I'm on the enrollment page. If I click that, that's going to show me all the different pages of data that I can get to. Okay, so I can see a summary page, I can see enrollment, I can see retention and persistence, I can see undergraduate outcome measures, and I can see forecasting. But these are my pages. There may be a page or two that not everybody can see. What everybody can see is what's been given permissions for everyone to see, kind of a thing. So I'm going to go ahead and go back into enrollment, and I just want to show you guys how you can kind of go through this screen a little bit. So the way that this works is on an iPad or on a phone, it's like a mobile device is how it's acting. So it's going to take every graph, every table, and it's going to put it on top of each other. So it's not going to use the whole screen up on an iPad. The enrollment page is very long. There's so much information on there. Anything from demographic data to class codes to entrance codes to where they went to high school to what college they transferred in from to age populations. I mean, there's just so much data on here. So keep that in mind. And then also if you want to drill down on the data that you're seeing, so maybe I'm the program director of, on the top right hand corner, there's that little filter button or filter symbol, and it says off. Go ahead and click that filter button. This is going to show you all of the different filter options that we currently have on that page for you to filter the data down to. If there's something that you would like to filter the data down to, but it's not available, just ask. You can send an email to me and we can have conversation around it, and very possible that we can get a new filter on there for you. But right now, let's say that I just want to look at, I'm the program director of, let's go ahead and click the program list, and this has all the programs listed of traditional nursing. So I'm going to choose NRSG, and I'm going to click done at the bottom, and then I'm going to apply filters at the very bottom. And now the dashboard just updated all the data to show, scroll down a little bit, sorry. It shows all the, oh, see more, okay, sorry. I'm going to scroll down, and you can see at the bottom of each table, in order, because there's so much information there, you click the see more to see all of the data for that table, to like drill down into each table. And then here you can see, so it's race description, each of the races and the counts for every single year and term. Currently, I have 5 years of data in here, and I have all spring selected. But if you want to see all terms, not just spring, you would come back into that filter system and you would choose year and term. And then here you would select your fall terms as well. And then you click done, and then you apply, and then it's going to update and add the rest of the terms in there. That kind of gives you an idea of the filtering, how you can get in there, clear it. Let's say you have a lot of things going on and you just want to reset back. In the top right corner, just click reset all. And once you reset all, click apply filters, and it's going to go back to the default so that you kind of clear everything out, because you might not remember all the different filters that you've selected. You can hit refresh. So if there's an update coming and you're waiting for it and you're like, oh, I don't see it there yet, you can click refresh and it'll refresh your dashboard. We do have a cheat sheet linked for program codes. So there's a lot of different program codes that we have at NMC. So if you click the program, I'm not going to open it right now because it would take me out of here. But if you click on that, it's going to open up an Excel sheet and it's going to show you all the program codes, the description of the programs, the advisor of the program, the admissions counselor, the financial aid counselor, the program director for every program. It is the best kept secret. No, I don't want it to be a best kept secret. So I want everybody to know about it. Admissions takes time to add to this document every year. And now they've graciously let us borrow it. And so now it's on our UMatter My Methodist page, so that we can share it out to not only new employees to help them get to know our institution, but now we've connected it inside of our dashboards too, to help people know how to navigate things fast. Let's see, we're at 1:30. We have numbers like living and housings on here. Like I said, transferring from college, what college have they transferred from, what high schools they've transferred from, class codes, what counties the students are living in. There's a lot of great data on here. First-time freshmen, race and ethnicity. And then if you go ahead and click the page again, let's go take a look at retention and persistence. This is another one I want everybody to get familiar with. This dashboard is has a lot of information in it. And so we have first term data, and we also have fall to fall data in here currently. So it's going to show you our persistence, our retention rate, which is our entering first term students for that first term, and then the persistence rates and whether they're persisting within their program. And then there's also a secondary rate, which is showing whether they're persisting at the institution. We do have a percentage of students that leave programs and go to other programs, and we're trying to capture that difference. And so that's really why there's these separate persistence rates that say, for example, the last two graphs, you see fall program persistent rate and you see fall institution persistence rate. So the program is saying that they persisted within their program from fall to fall. And then the last one is saying that they have persisted within the institution from fall to fall. So that shows the difference of the students, the population that have changed programs. So you can see that's like a 3%. Fall 2021 was a 3% of the population of students changed programs. So that's kind of how that table reads. And then there's the data that backs it up below. So you can kind of see the actual numbers of the students, that the overall averages and the actual numbers, the counts of the students are in here as well. There's a persistence rate by class. So you can see obviously the first term, the attrition is higher. That's normal. That's what we would kind of expect to see, right? Because the more students progress, the less likely they are to leave. And we would hope that, right? We don't want our seniors deciding as a senior level to leave. So you'll see that kind of tapers off. You'll see that the first term looks a little wonky. And at first I thought, oh, that doesn't look right. But actually that does show correct, because that's what students are coming in as in those class codes for that first term. We do have students that transfer in heavy. And for certain programs, it can look a lot different on what they're transferring in as. Fall to fall status breakdown. So I'll let you guys kind of scroll through and get used to all this data, but we do have sections in this dashboard where it then breaks down to, okay, now let's dive into the students that didn't persist. Let's look at the number of students that didn't persist for traditional nursing. So the first table breaks it down by program. I'm going to scroll up. Here's the exit reasons of the students that were not retained. This is why they weren't retained. So some are on leave, some said that it was personal, some have program changes, some transferred to another institution, some had academic reasons, financial reasons, family obligation, relocation, medical, and so forth. You can click that see more here at the bottom to see more information on that table. Here's a definition of our exit reasons. This is the definition the registrar uses and advising uses when students are giving their reason for leaving. So just to make sure you understand, your definition might be a little different. So this is our institutional definition of why or when students select an exit reason. And then we have where did our students go? So it actually does break it out to what institutions they left and went to, and then even what programs they transferred into. And then at the very bottom, we break our data out by student populations. So I just needed to load for a second. So if you pull up and it's not scrolling, it's loading. So if you keep going, you'll see sorry, I was just reading that at the bottom. You'll see the rest of the tables. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll back up. Does anybody have any questions on this dashboard? I think I saw a hand.
Yeah. Hey, Megan, it's
Yeah.
Allison. I've worked with Qualtrics only on my laptop, so I'm exploring it on the app. And like, if you go back and you scroll all the way down after all the colleges they've been to, and it says, let's dive into the persistence rates by student population. I try to click on that and like, I don't know if it's my iPad or if it's me, but like, I can't get to anything. Or I thought, okay, maybe there's nothing under there.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now and I'm seeing, I may have to ask a question in Qualtrics because I hadn't, these two dashboards are really long. And so now I'm seeing like that little thing at the bottom, but I need to confirm why, if there's certain widgets that won't be accessible. That was new to me. I hadn't seen that pop up. So I apologize about.
No, that's fine. I was just gonna ask, I mean, I do almost like 98% of my work on my laptop anyway. So I was just gonna ask if you felt that Qualtrics was easier to navigate in the like full platform on like through the browser on a desktop or laptop, or are there certain things that you like the iPad app for better?
Good question. I like them both for kind of different reasons. I think that the iPad app is more user friendly and focused on the actual dashboard. You know, there's not a lot of other things around it. But for people like heavy users, you know, for me and my team, we're used to using it on our laptop. We open it up, you know, but we're editing things, we're doing a lot of things. So we have a lot more to look at. I think though for iPad users, this is going to be really nice because they're going to be able to get to data that they want to very, very fast and efficiently. Whereas before they would go and find their Qualtrics link, which is embedded in Brightspace, just as a reminder, you can get to Qualtrics very fast as well on your laptop by clicking on the course evaluation link within Brightspace. And then also you can save it as a favorites. You can access it lots of different ways. We have a shortcut link in My Methodist. It's also on our website, in the IR area of the website. So you can get to Qualtrics in a lot of different ways. So this just is really adding another way for you guys for all of us to have access to the dashboard side of things. And it's not like it's not an editor app because that's a separate app that you would use if you were going to edit things within Qualtrics. This is just a viewer, a user. So I kind of like it for that purpose.
Yeah, and it is not a link now that I see that. I just saw it was underlined, so I was thinking maybe it was a link, but it's not. But if you go to the dashboard on my laptop, I can scroll down and see all of those populations. So it's probably just like there's so much in that one. So if you scroll past that little part, then it starts breaking it out by first time, first generation, full-time, part-time, minority, non-minority. So it's there, just not on the iPad version, it looks like.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to, oops, I just got out. 1 second. I'm going to have to ask them for clarification on that, if there's limitation to how many widgets is what they call it, are allowed on each dashboard to be viewed on the XM app. I hadn't seen that until just now. So like I said, it's just, this one's really big, the retention and the persistence. So I'm seeing that at the bottom where it says visit desktop to view all the widgets. So I'll answer this question when I follow up with everybody after to give you the answer, because I just want it to be correct. Good questions, Allison. Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead. If you go back to your dashboards, let's go ahead and click. There should be a new dashboard called Lunch and Learn Poll. let's go ahead and click Lunch and Learn poll. All right, we got 25 submissions. So this shows you this is what we just entered in at the beginning of this session where we took the poll. And this is the dashboard that's connected to it. So this is showing that we have 25 responses. Here's the list. This just shows you different things we can do. But a different list of the responses that came in, or maybe I want it to be a word cloud. So here's where I did a word cloud of all the answers that came in for the one word describing dashboards. Yes, awesome is winning. I love it. It shows, you know, the bigger the word, the darker the blue, because I picked blue as the color, shows that there's more responses behind it. Informative, that's great. So if you click on, oops, sorry. I click on informative, it shows me that it has 3 mentions. Awesome had 4 mentions and so forth. So it kind of gives you an idea of the different answers that came in. And then I'm ready for spring. This is just an easy data table that shows you the responses that came in. 84% said yes. And then the bottom graph is just a graph showing those responses. So I just thought it'd be kind of fun to show you how, you know, from the very beginning, people are entering data and then it's automatically, I'm not pushing anything. It's already connected and it's going to automatically update this dashboard with live results. So the more we're using these things with other departments too, they're starting to be able to benefit from this capability. You know, MDC would be an example. We have a mobile diabetes unit or center that uses Qualtrics as well now. And so that when people are checking in, they're using Qualtrics, they're entering the information in, and it's automatically populating into reporting now and dashboards for Kylie. So there's a lot of different things that we're using Qualtrics for, but anything from surveys to dashboards, but also just data to dashboards. So the retention and the enrollment dashboards I showed you, that's pulling from databases, not survey results. So I kind of just wanted to expand everybody's mind on like how useful Qualtrics can be in different ways. So all right, so that's the Lunch and Learn poll. I'll kind of give you guys an idea of how Survey Madness looks in the end. I have so many I have to pick from, so bear with me. It's kind of crazy. And maybe I'll do course value. Oh, new student survey. I mean, we have a lot that we're doing in here. It's pretty. Oh, here, I'll go to institutional questions. We have an institutional question, like our exit survey dashboard. And so just the institutional questions, we are now asking all students that graduate questions along with their program questions that are required due to whatever the accreditation body's requirements are. We also ask institutional questions to all of our students now. So open that up. So this is just another example of survey data that comes in from all students, and it populates information about their post-graduation employment status. Let's see, that's the same thing. Employer information. Let me get to the good stuff here. Are you working for the health system? Are you working in a medically underserved community? Are you working in a rural area? So we're asking a lot of fun questions to our students now, and this gets passed out to a whole bunch of different stakeholders depending on what the question is currently. So we're building on this, and there's a lot of different things. Survey Madness has tons of different sections of data that is also being dispersed out. We have the capability to create workflows as well. So if depending on maybe how a student responds to a question, we can have automatic emails sent to financial aid. Maybe they said they had a concern about financial aid or a question. It can automatically get sent to Penny's team now, and then they can reach out within minutes to that student. So there's a lot of operational things we can do with this too that help and benefit in different ways. So,
Hey, Megan,
yes.
just because I have a limited understanding of what you mean when you say like operational workflow, what's a, like, you gave a good example of like something about financial wellness. What are some other places that that could be useful?
We use it in a lot of different ways. We use it for the end user, like the recipient. So maybe like they submit something and we can have automatic emails go out to them with like next steps. So for example, right now we're doing it for student government. They have they have a nomination. They're going to nominate. They're doing their election process right now. They're nominating. So if somebody nominates somebody, the person being nominated now gets automatically emailed the declaration candidate form. So they just click the link, they fill in their declaration candidate form, it gets submitted, and then they move along the workflow process. There's like a process that we've built within there to kind of get them through each step to complete it. We're doing that with, we're also working on a different ticketing. We have a ticketing system as well within Qualtrics that I know the writing teams are using and the library are using. So that's being done, and there's different workflows and things that can be built in. It's such a cool tool. There's so much we can do. So I guess if you kind of have something you're doing manual, you can always, come and ask us, is this something that we could do better someday? I know we have a lot that we have going on and that we're prioritizing it and we're moving things as we can, but there's nothing wrong with getting your name on that list, if there's something that you are interested in learning more about. So, yep. Good questions. Let's see. Oh, Survey Madness was right at the top. So Survey Madness is going to be starting on Monday for everybody. So we're really excited about that. We have lots of fun prizes that we're going to be giving out. We're going to do tiered levels again. So the more sections that are completed, the higher chances you have of winning gift cards and things throughout the process. And this is not just for employees, this is for students too. So this is everybody, where we have tried to reduce survey fatigue. And there were so many surveys going out in spring. We said, hey, how about we have fun? Let's create Survey Madness, bring everybody kind of together in one survey. We create a table of contents, so it has different sections of the survey. It allows people to come in and out as they have time to complete each section. We do try to keep the sections small, so it's not like each section is going to take you 20 minutes. No, it should, just take a few minutes, complete it, come back and complete another one later. But we're asking questions anywhere from like bookstores trying to understand what kind of merchandise they should be buying, to different things like campus services and facilities. This just gives you an idea of the different sections of questions that are being asked to students. And then some of these are also being asked to employees, not all. So we ask questions about Deja Brew. We ask community engagement questions. We do our culture audit at this time. We have our DEI survey that goes out. Financial aid asks questions. We have a housing survey that goes to our students that live in our housing. Military students are asked some questions. We have NMC Link, so our iPad initiative. There's questions where we're collecting data on this every year. And we have student success and engagement questions where we're asking about connection and belonging, as well as student service satisfaction questions that are being asked. We have our wellness needs and interest survey that we are asking students and employees. So there's a lot of great things that we're going to be collecting in the next few weeks. So I'm so excited to send out the dashboard once the results are all in. We have some changes that are taking place, so that's why it's not in here just yet. But when the new data comes in, it'll auto-populate in here as well. So I'm very excited to share that with everyone very soon. All right, we have 10 minutes left, so I'm going to go ahead and Mark, if you want, we can talk a little bit about Dove credits.
That would be great. So
Okay.
Seth, you were asking about operational kinds of things. One of the challenges for me was tracking Dove credits and points for everybody, and people always looking to know how many Dove credits do I have, where do I have it, all that good stuff. So what Megan helped me create was an exit survey. It should take you less than 5 minutes to do. And each time you attend an activity with Create, you can fill out the Dove survey, and it will automatically then put it in the database for us to track all of that information, automatically generate emails for you, all of that good stuff. And then the great part is you have an access to the dashboard, so you can see all of your credits right there ready to go. So those of you that are doing all of your reporting that you need to do can pull up the dashboard and see all of the different reports on who's done what, where they've done it, how much they've done, all of that good stuff right there on your own from the database. So I thought it would be a fantastic way rather than the manual process that we've been doing in the past. So Megan, go ahead and show us what you have. That looks great.
Yeah, so this is the Dove credit submission dashboard. And so you will, all faculty, well, all employees have access to it, but faculty are the ones using it right now. But it's one dashboard, everything's in here for you. So the link's even in here, it says click here to submit. So once you get done with one of your sessions, you can click on that click here to submit button, and then you complete the fields, which I'll show you. I'll open it up and submit something quick for you. But as soon as I submit, it's going to show just my submission. So I can see everything right now, but you guys, when you go in, it'll say 0. And then when you submit your first one, it's going to say 1, and then so forth. So it'll continue to tally it up for you. If you scroll down, you're going to see that your name, it's going to show the workshop type that you attended. It's going to show the number of sessions you've attended for that workshop type. It's going to show the total amount of Dove credits you've earned, and the average value of the workshop that you've given. And then at the bottom, it's going to show a summary pretty much of what you have submitted. So it'll show your name, your department, the date, the workshop type, the present. These are all fields in the actual survey or the form that you submit. So all that information will be here and tracked for you so that you can get in and look at any time to see when you took something, who was the presenter, what date was the session, how did you value even the workshop. All of that is still accessible to you in your own dashboard. It's also, as soon as you complete the form, it's going to auto email you a receipt. So you're going to get it in 2 places. You're going to get individual emails every time you submit that you can come back to and look at. And you're going to also get this dashboard's going to store everything for you. And then that way you can track your own stuff. And then also Mark has access, of course, so that he can see everybody's submissions and, answer questions as needed. I'm going to click this. So when you click the form, it's going to open it up and it's going to show you the Dove credit submission form. It knows it's me. So that's the cool thing. It'll know that it's you. It'll auto populate your name. You'll select your department. You'll select the workshop type, lunch and learn. It'll ask if you watched it live or recorded. Were you the presenter? The date of the workshop. Oops, wrong keyboard. Sorry. Okay, and then oh, it's not working. My keyboard's not working. Okay, I'll come back to that field. Primary presenter, do you want, and then you type Megan, and then do you want to follow up from the presenter? Yes or no, and then please rank the below statement, the value of the workshop. And then my goal is to use my new knowledge and skills. So this is where you can enter in information to track even for yourself. Okay, I want to learn more about, I'm going to use what I've learned today to do. And you're going to see that now in your dashboard. So you don't have to remember everything. You can come back months, you'd be like, okay, I'm going to come back to this later and take a look at the notes I took and then work on it. So you have the best part of the workshop, improvement, because we're always collecting feedback. What other topics would you like to have covered? You go ahead and click that arrow. It's going to tell you on the screen right away, hey, congratulations, you've earned 2 credits. it knows, depending on the choices you've chosen, how many credits you're going to earn. You can find your Dove credits in the Dove credit dashboard. It's going to link it again right here. If I click this, it's going to automatically take me back to my dashboard. So I try to interconnect everything so that it makes it fast. You can just click things and come back and forth. And so now it's going to show the Dove credit submissions. Again, this is just me. So this is showing just my responses. I've put in test submissions. It's going to show how I responded. And this is just mine. This is for me to keep. I can export it on my computer. There's an export button. So I can export it into a PDF or Excel sheet, and it exports everything. And then, like I said, because I completed it and submitted it, I also got an email that summarizes how many credits I earned, and then my information, and then it links again to the dashboard. Does anybody have any questions on that?
Sorry, Megan, just to put in, there's a couple of questions about when you're supposed to start self-reporting. Mark and I talked that you want to start the self-reporting now so that it starts to go all through. So now is the time to start self-reporting. If I understand correctly, Mark, that previous to spring break, that is going to be input by someone else.
Yeah, that's correct.
But we should start doing it from now till the end of the semester for everything else.
That is correct. So we will be tracking them the way we always have through Teams. So we can cover any overlap, at least for a while. It's not going to be a permanent solution. So please get used to tracking through this survey. But we'll keep track of them in Teams as well for a bit, just to make sure we're covered. But the part I love about this is you're in control then, and you can pull your own reports. You can also have your department. So as you have to do your accreditation reports and all of that good stuff, you get a formal report of a true database rather than, well, Mark said that I had this many points. Well, that doesn't stand up in a lot of accreditation reports. So I'd much rather have something that's official that you can pull or your department can pull to get that information. One of the things you'll notice is that Megan put departments in for us up there. So we can pull it by the four or the three key divisions right now. But if there's something else that we need to sort that out by, let me know, and we can certainly add some different divisions in. So that's kind of where we're at for now. But you should all have your own control then. So short answer, start now.
Try it out today. Woo! First one.
Yes, and you can count today. So go ahead and enter it in today. And you may not see your numbers that you expect because those previous numbers are not in this. So this is starting from today going forward.
All right, great question. We have 2 more minutes. What other questions can I answer?
Megan,
I see. Oh, go ahead.
Megan, this is Alice. So I just submitted it for this course and I got the email, but nothing changed on the Qualtrics side.
Yeah, you'll have to give it probably 2 minutes, I would say. I mean, I would give it 5, you know, just give it a few minutes, and then you'll want to hit the refresh. That
Okay.
in the top right corner, there's 3 little dots. Go ahead and click refresh, and then it should update
It did.
and show it.
It did. Okay. Thanks.
Oh, good. Perfect. Penny had a question. As the list of dashboards grow, can we choose how to arrange it if we want it to be in alphabetical order? I do have that question currently into Qualtrics. I'm waiting for them to respond to me because I don't know if it's a setting I just need to set, but yeah, I can see it's in the order of things that I've created, or maybe last edited. And so, yeah, it's hard to scroll through when you have so many like I do. So yeah, that's a question, Penny, and I will get back to everybody on that too when I send out my recap email.
I'm just going to add one more thing, and I don't want to over advertise for you, Megan, but it was fantastic working with Megan just to get my survey put together. So it's a really handy way to be able to track all of this officially. So I appreciate the effort you put forth for us, and for folks, it was great to work with her. So great program.
Thanks, Mark. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right.
If there aren't
Okay.
any other questions, thanks a bunch for your time, Megan. I appreciate it. And if you've got any more comments, fire away.
Great. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you jumping on. It means a lot. Thank you.
Have a great day, everyone.